Senator Cherargei, Samson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to support the statement by Senator Boni Khalwale on the issue of fertilizer. Mr. Speaker, I think I brought a statement last week. Mr. Speaker, I said in Kapcherop in Elgeyo Marakwet County on Sunday that the selling of fake seeds and fake fertilizer should be declared a capital offense, just like murder. Mr. Speaker, Nandi, we have experienced such challenges in a number of cereals depots within Nandi County, and even we have seen in media, Mr. Speaker. I want to request the government that selling of fake fertilizer, fake seeds, should be declared capital offense. And if need be, Mr. Speaker, those people should be treated as terrorists. Because if as farmers we get fake fertilizer and fake seeds, we don't get food security. And when we don't get food security, Kenyans will die of hunger, Mr. Speaker, which is worse than terrorism, Mr. Speaker. So this is a very serious matter, Mr. Speaker. We expect the Minister of Interior, Professor Kithure Kindiki, to report to the nation what so far mechanisms he has put in place, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I want to call upon the CS of Agriculture to dissuade fears of farmers, Mr. Speaker. And even call out Kenya Bureau of Statistics. What were they doing until people are given under subsidy program to sell fake fertilizer and fake seeds, Mr. Speaker? Somebody is sleeping on the job, Mr. Speaker. They either shape up or ship out, Mr. Speaker, because we cannot risk, Mr. Speaker.
Senator Cherargei, for record purposes, did you say Kenya Bureau of Statistics?
Yes, Kenya Bureau of Standards, sorry. Kenya Bureau of Standards, thank you, Mr. Speaker. And that is why you are one of the Cherargei members. Mr. Speaker, I know that what was Kenya Bureau of Standards doing? Until farmers, Mr. Speaker, it is very embarrassing, and I'm told even they are mixing donkey feces with mara, Mr. Speaker, and selling to farmers. Somebody must be arrested. Somebody must be, and I want to thank the President because he was in the county of Kakamega, and he declared this is a very serious travesty against farmers, Mr. Speaker. But from where we farm, I want to assure the country, when we get the right fertilizer and right seeds, I can assure you, as the way the price of unga is going down, it shall continue to go down. Finally, Mr. Speaker, on the issue of P1, ECD teachers and diploma, Mr. Speaker, where do you want D- and D+ children to go? Mr. Speaker, we are having a problem. We must ensure that D- and D+ get to enroll to ECD and P1 teachers, Mr. Speaker. I want to support what Senator Seki has said, Mr. Speaker. Teacher Service Commission must allow affirmative action. Because somebody who got D+ or D-, Mr. Speaker, we have had stories where they have become successful, Mr. Speaker. Even call county governments to improve on ECD welfare and salaries and remuneration, Mr. Speaker, and ensure that we protect these teachers, Mr. Speaker, and call upon counties to protect, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I appeal on behalf of many people who did not pass very well in university to get to university and colleges. Where will they go, Mr. Speaker? A D+, a D-, they are our children. We must agree that let us allow them to be ECD teachers, to be, Mr. Speaker, to get to P1 and get diploma teachers, Mr. Speaker. Let us not only reduce people, Mr. Speaker, D- and D+ to be preachers and gospel and pastors, Mr. Speaker, and religious leaders. Even eight people can become pastors and religious leaders, Mr. Speaker. Let us not only say a child who gets D+ or D- becomes a pastor or a sheikh or a Hindu leader or any other leader, Mr. Speaker. We must agree, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, with those very many remarks.
There is a point of order from Senator Mandago.
Okay.
Speaker, I rise pursuant to standing order 105 on the statement of fact. Is the Senator of Nandi, can the Senator of Nandi prove that religious leaders are people of D- and D+, Honorable Speaker? I am aware of my Bishop of AIC Kenya, Honorable Speaker, who is a PhD holder. My leader of Reformed Church, the moderator of Reformed Church of East Africa, is a master's holder, Honorable Speaker. He is the Senator for Nandi in order to mislead this House that religious leaders have low academic qualification.
Let's get another one from the majority leader.
Speaker, I agree with Senator Manago that Senator Cherargei should either, in fact, he must withdraw and apologize to religious leaders for creating the assumption, Mr. Speaker, that pastors are academic dwarfs. Mr. Speaker, that is not accurate. Mr. Speaker, my own church, the AGC Kenya, is led by a bishop who is no less than a PhD holder, a very revered academic. Mr. Speaker, even the chairperson of EACC, just to help Senator Cherargei to appreciate that many of our pastors are well educated. Dr. Oginde, Mr. Speaker, is an architect by training who further on went on to study theology afterwards, and he is now the chairperson of EACC. Yeah. I'm not very sure about Faki's friend that he's mentioning, but Mr. Speaker, those two are very good examples. Therefore, Mr. Speaker, can Senator Cherargei clarify what he meant, or at least if he meant that their pastors or religious leaders are people of that are academically challenged, Mr. Speaker, then he needs to rectify that.
This issue has elicited a lot of interventions. And since this is not a simple matter, because even when I sit, my dad, late dad, was a church minister, Presbyterian church, and he was very educated. Senator Zena, on this point of order, I want to give five, so that Senator Cherargei can really clarify this matter of national importance.
Sorry, Mr. Speaker, I wanted to respond on the statement by Senator Sengo on the Dasanash community.
Senator John, you too.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I join my other colleagues in reminding Senator Cherargei that religious leaders are learned people. For his information, Mr. Speaker, in the Catholic Church, for example, these are people who study, the priests study in the seminary for almost 10 years. So by Senator Cherargei insinuating that they have not gone to school, I think he should apologize and withdraw. The second thing that I have an issue with, Mr. Speaker, is Senator Cherargei's implication again that while supporting Senator Seki's statement, that where do you want D minuses and D pluses to go, Mr. Speaker? I wanted to tell him as a teacher that yes, we should support that affirmative action, that we should allow them to go to teaching, but not because it's only in teaching where they can go, where D minuses can go, Mr. Speaker, because he was like, where do you want them to go? Mr. Speaker, Senator Cherargei should know that teaching is not the only place where somebody with a D minus can go. But I support affirmative action.
Senator
but that is not to mean that teachers are people of D minuses and maybe E's. Thank you.
Senator Cherargei, conclude and
Chair, can I clarify?
those very important points of orders.
Mr. Speaker, I think I was misheard by my colleagues because I meant people like Yesua Tongaren, I meant people like Nganga and the rest of this world, the Shakaola. Mr. Speaker, I have tremendous respect. For your information, my younger brother is a parish priest here in Kitengela. He went to seminary for 10 years, Mr. Speaker. I cannot be part of the people who, I say people who lead sect organization in this country, the Shakaolas of this country, but all religious leaders are personal friends. Most of them have done very well, Mr. Speaker. So I was misheard, and I want to clarify as I conclude that I have tremendous respect, Mr. Speaker, and ask Mr. Speaker, just I was saying there is a perception in society that such children, but we need to take a necessary position, Mr. Speaker. I respect all religious leaders, but if you are Yesua Tongaren and the rest, we will not allow you, Mr. Speaker, to be part of it, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I thank you and I support. And also Joe is a governor and was a D- product.
Sorry? You want to make a comment?